think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
Democrats and the media are now unloading all their nasty attacks on rising Trump White House star and new press secretary, Karoline Leavitt.
This could become one of the most astonishing legal confrontations ever seen on daytime television. A lawsuit so massive that it threatens to rattle one of the most famous network programs ever produced. Emerging political figure Karoline Leavitt has suddenly found herself at the center of a fierce legal storm that has left the hosts of The View scrambling in shock and confusion. After a wave of on-air mockery and pointed personal remarks, the co-hosts are now facing the consequences of what they said. And the fallout is enormous. Karoline chose not to remain silent. Instead, she responded with a staggering $800 million lawsuit that has sent shockwaves through Hollywood, the media industry, and far beyond. Behind the scenes, tension is spreading rapidly. Reports suggest Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Holin are urgently appealing to Karoline to drop the case, but she refuses to step back. This situation has grown far beyond ordinary media gossip. It has turned into a full-scale crisis for The View, with stakes higher than ever before. The controversy began when the show aired a harsh segment attacking Karoline's political views, dismissing her achievements, and delivering sharp insults without restraint, but Karoline neither hesitated nor backed away. Instead, she responded with strong legal action that reportedly sent shockwaves through ABC's production offices. In her lawsuit, she clearly claims the program spread defamatory statements and misleading allegations that harmed her reputation, her credibility, and even her political future. Now, the very hosts who once laughed on live television are watching their powerful platform tremble dangerously close to collapse.
This morning, ABC News suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks. ABC News President Kim Godwin saying in a statement, effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and hurtful comments. While Whoopi has apologized, I've asked her to take time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments.
Now, words matter, and mine are no exception. I regret my comments, as I said.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
An insider has now revealed a surprising detail. Many people behind the scenes believed Karoline would simply ignore the criticism and move forward. Instead, she has taken the fight straight into the courtroom, and the panic inside the studio is becoming impossible to hide. Joy Behar, known for speaking bluntly without hesitation, is reportedly losing sleep while worrying about the financial and professional consequences she might face. Whoopi Goldberg, a veteran of many public controversies, is said to be quietly working behind the scenes, desperately attempting to calm the growing storm. And Sunny Holin, usually calm and composed, is allegedly overwhelmed with concern, wondering whether her own remarks might leave her personally liable in court. This situation is no longer just another media disagreement. It has turned into a dramatic turning point in the conflict between powerful television personalities and political accountability. Karoline's lawsuit presents its accusations clearly. It claims that The View launched what she describes as a deliberate attack disguised as casual daytime discussion. She is not holding anything back. Karoline argues the program has a pattern of targeting conservative women while shielding others. She is demanding an extraordinary $800 million in damages, a figure large enough to threaten the entire financial future of the show. Meanwhile, ABC executives are reportedly shifting into crisis mode, worried that sponsors and longtime viewers might walk away. In a stunning development, the hosts are allegedly reaching out directly to Karoline, hoping for a private agreement that could quietly make the entire situation disappear. But behind the scenes, the chaos continues to intensify. Producers are urging the hosts to remain silent, fearing that even a small comment could trigger new legal complications. Still, silence has not stopped the backlash. Public outrage is growing with every passing hour. Viewers across the country are beginning to question the program's credibility, asking how a show that claims to support women could attack another woman so aggressively. One viral message captured the criticism in a single line: "The View supports women unless they are conservative." That phrase spread across social media at lightning speed and was shared thousands of times, fueling even more debate.
Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism, that DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
Bang, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point.
Karoline's supporters are rallying around her with remarkable energy. To them, she is much more than a former press secretary. She represents a fearless figure standing up against a powerful media institution they believe has operated without limits for far too long. Her legal team is moving swiftly and strategically. The case they have assembled includes detailed evidence, referencing specific statements from the broadcast and showing how the remarks were not only personal, but intentionally calculated. Each section of the lawsuit carries significant weight, presenting the argument step by step. This conflict is no longer just about one individual. It has expanded into a much larger challenge to how influential media personalities use their platforms without facing consequences. Now those consequences appear to be arriving quickly, and the ripple effects are spreading throughout the industry. Insiders report that several of the View's advertisers are watching the situation extremely closely. Brands are concerned their reputations could become tied to an escalating public controversy. Many worry that if the case moves to a full public trial, their names could be dragged into a legal battle connected to accusations of slander and political bias. At the same time, ABC's legal team is reportedly working nonstop, hoping to reach a settlement before the situation escalates further. But Karoline is standing firm and showing no sign of backing down. She has made it clear that this fight is about more than her personal reputation. It is about delivering a strong message to major media institutions. Her supporters are cheering loudly, calling her brave, bold, and exactly the type of voice they believe the country needs right now. The View has faced controversies before, but insiders say nothing has ever reached this level of intensity. Nothing this enormous or potentially damaging. Joy Behar, who once dismissed Karoline with visible sarcasm, is now reportedly urging her fellow hosts to reduce the tension before the entire program begins to collapse. And Whoopi Goldberg, long known for her confident presence, is said to be feeling pressure in a way few expected. Sources claim she is deeply unsettled, realizing that this lawsuit could cast a shadow over the remainder of her career.
So thrilled to have you with me. And you would think, ABC, having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit, would think not to engage in conspiracy theories about assassination attempts, but I guess that's too much to ask from The View. I got to ask you, because they said it, are you aware of any plots from Elon Musk to push President Trump down the stairs?
I don't care if he's pooped his pants. I don't care if he can't put a sentence together. Show me he can't do the job, and then I'll say, okay, maybe it's time to go.
Sonny Holland, usually known for remaining calm and firmly in control, is now reportedly seeking her own personal legal advice.
Why?
Because she is uncertain whether her own comments on the broadcast could expose her to serious financial consequences. The anxiety surrounding this lawsuit is not small, and it is reportedly spreading through every corridor of the View studio. Even crew members behind the scenes are beginning to feel the pressure. Producers and writers are said to be moving cautiously, aware that every sentence spoken on air could later appear inside court documents. The atmosphere inside the studio has reportedly changed dramatically. The mood is tense, uneasy, and filled with uncertainty. Inside ABC, there are even whispers that drastic measures might eventually be considered. One idea, once completely unthinkable, is now quietly being discussed, canceling The View entirely. With an $800 million lawsuit hanging over the show like a storm cloud, nothing feels secure anymore. As additional legal filings continue becoming public, the pressure is only intensifying. Legal analysts are already describing this as one of the most serious media lawsuits in recent years. A case that could influence how television networks handle political criticism going forward. Karoline's legal team continues pressing ahead without hesitation. They have made it clear there will be no retreat unless a full reckoning occurs. Those quiet requests from the hosts of The View may already be too late to change the outcome. Public interest is rising rapidly. More people are focusing their attention on the courtroom, eager not only to watch a legal battle, but to witness what could become a cultural turning point unfolding in real time. Karoline's refusal to remain silent is inspiring many Americans who say they are tired of one-sided narratives in major media. She is not simply defending her reputation. She is igniting a national conversation. This moment feels historic as it unfolds. Her decision to pursue the case in court is being described as both courageous and strategic. Legal commentators are calling it one of the boldest legal challenges a major network has faced in years. The $800 million figure is not arbitrary. It represents what her legal team claims is the cost of the damage done to her reputation, her career, and the millions of viewers who heard those remarks on live television. For The View, it is more than a threat. It has become a symbol of potential collapse. While the network searches for a solution, Karoline's team continues advancing quickly. Sources say quiet payments will not resolve this situation. What they want is clear public accountability.
Most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
While the hosts struggle to repair the damage, Karoline continues pushing forward with even stronger determination and focus. Her objective is clear: to hold influential media voices accountable for every word they broadcast. Supporters are flooding her social pages with encouragement, praising her as fearless, composed, and unwilling to surrender under pressure. Many describe her as a woman who refuses to bend before powerful institutions. And she is not facing this moment alone. Former media insiders, political analysts, and even several public figures are stepping forward, saying the remarks made on The View crossed a serious line that cannot simply be ignored. This lawsuit is not merely another legal filing. It has evolved into a declaration of purpose. Karoline is not sending a quiet warning. She is delivering a powerful message to the entire media industry. The era of careless attacks and casual insults may be approaching its end. Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, and Sunny Host may once have felt protected behind their bright studio desks, but that sense of security is reportedly fading quickly. ABC executives are said to be holding urgent meetings in an attempt to preserve what remains of the show's reputation. Yet the public has already seen what happened, and many viewers say they have not forgotten, especially since the criticism targeted someone simply for holding a different political viewpoint. For years, conservative guests have spoken about feeling mistreated on The View. But Karoline is the first to respond in a way that could shake the entire program. Headlines about the lawsuit are spreading everywhere, and the legal battle is only accelerating. If the show fails to address the issue publicly soon, the consequences could grow even more severe. What was once considered a dominant voice in daytime television is now struggling through a serious credibility crisis. Meanwhile, Karoline appears to be rising through the turmoil, transforming controversy into purpose and moving directly through the storm. With millions of supporters standing behind her, she has demonstrated something powerful. Even the largest media machine is not beyond challenge. Her legal team is moving quickly, carefully constructing a case piece by piece that could reshape how the nation discusses free speech and media accountability.
So, how you feel?
I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
My takeaway is that the system works. We live in a democracy.
Mm-hmm.
People spoke. This is what people wanted. I vehemently disagree with the decision that Americans made but I feel very, very hopeful that we have a democratic system in this country. We should value it. We should love it. We should protest if the situation.
What still excites you about coming to work here?
Getting paid. I do enjoy a paycheck. I'm not going to lie. But, listen, this is a place where you can come and say what you think, and as long as that is what the job is, I'm happy to be here. I just leave. I go home. I go home to my life. And I take care of my cat and do all the stuff
like we have seen in 2 instances against President Trump. Last week, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a Nazi. That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single